From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
They'll go again with Benson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Smith catches left side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Goes right back to Smith again.
Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hut, hut.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Let's go now. Ready.
2nd and 3. Again to Bryant, and again it's caught.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Bryant has it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Chiefs at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Here we go, set. Ready, ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Okay, ready. Panther 11, Panther, set. 18, Pioneer. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
They'll look to throw again.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run over center with Benson.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Here now a 3rd and 20. Now they'll audible to something else.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did.
They're trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now. 79 Broncos. Ready?
They'll look to throw here.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, the killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Here we go.
He'll look to throw.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Second and a couple.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Here's Pacheco headed right.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Bradley 18, go street. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Chap 60, Chap 60. Get up.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Second and goal from the 1.
Sack. Buffalo 18. Roll. Hut.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 7.
They're going to look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really...
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
They go play action here on first down.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Second and 10.
Mustang 19. Come on. Set. Dragon 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go, here we go. Pioneer. And up.
He'll drop to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
But now an audible here into something else.
Go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now back to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Ready.
Looking to throw. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Warriors 70, 19 Lions. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Go!
They'll run here with Pacheco. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. He's still in search of his first rushing touchdown of the year, but not on that play.
I just wonder if he has some frustration starting to build a little bit because he hasn't gotten into the end zone. Has to just stay calm, stay within himself, just let it happen.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Come on, set! Bronco. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger, go!
They'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A disastrous loss there on 1st and goal on the sack. Sets him back big time. And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. We're back now in KC. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Ready up!
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go now!
Mims in motion right. 2nd and long.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
On 1st down, it's Benson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Got a man here, it's Bryant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. He'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 18. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go mid.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
70, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Warriors 70, 19 Lion. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Bronco. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
18 red. 7 Pirates. Trap 60, trap 60. Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And Xavier Worthy
From 17 yards out.
and the Chiefs have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
Dragon 60. Hut.
They'll look to throw. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
Able to find Mims. Finding room at midfield.
And down right around the 37.
Forget about matriculating the ball down the field at this point of the game. They needed a big chunk, and they got one. And now, you're one completion away from giving your kicker a chance to win the game.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here with Benson.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here comes 2nd down. Another run here with Benson.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left.
This ball intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
What a ball game this was.